I said, yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Amber. This is Amber's Logic. Got a new video for you today. Wisconsin trade sports rumors and news. Before we get into it, y'all know the spiel. Comment, like, subscribe, and share this electrifying content with the people. I don't want to waste no time. Let's get right into it. We first going to talk about the Packers tonight and their tight win against Jacksonville in Jacksonville. And then we're gonna talk about this Milwaukee Bucks atrocity that we just watched with the New Jersey with the Brooklyn Nets. But without further ado, shout out to friends and family, shout out to Bucks Nation, shout out to Packers Nation. Appreciate y'all tapping in. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. It helps other people find the electrifying content. I'm so pissed off about the Bucks, y'all, but let's talk about the positive first. The Packers get another win. We did lose Jordan Love to a groin injury, but luckily we have Malik Willis has been more than serviceable. So let's get into the numbers there, and then we'll get into the Bucks. I know a lot of y'all are tight about the Bucks. I am too. But let's start this pod off on a positive note, and let's talk about the Packers. But before we do, let's see who in the building. Shout out to friends and family. Sound. I apologize if I sound a little down. I'm really disappointed in what I saw from the Bucks today. Really disappointed. Seriously. Shout out to 7D, 7Z, my dude was good. Sadovsky was good. Jeff Riley from the OC was good. Brandon King Carter was good. Sean Dixon was good, bro. Long time no see. Salute. My boy Prate in the building. Dre West, my dude, was good. Hey, Mia Kim in the building. One of the queens of the chat. Salute. Robert Brooks in the building. My boy Dark Kent. Salute, salute. Appreciate you tapping in. Yeah, I see a lot of frustration. Jazz Upper, what's good? My boy Jimmy Roller. Gibson Nicholas, straight out of the Bahamas, what's good? Ibuka, what's good, bro? Appreciate you tapping in. Marcus Little, what's good? Patricia P, what's good? One of the queens of the chat. Francis, what's good? My boy Hoyt Street E in the building. Good to see you, famo. Glad you tapped in. Been a minute. Daniel Bleach Report Boss Orton, also known as the VP, in the building. What's good? The Big Bodega was good. Good to see you, my homie. The Bucks #1 was good. Oliver Story was good. Mamadou was good. Appreciate you tapping in. Maria was good. Appreciate you tapping in. Tony Tone in the building. Was good. Appreciate you. William Johnson in the building. John Hassel in the building. All the players in the building. Curtis Gallion, I see you. Truly Chosen, what's good? Appreciate you tapping in. Johnny, what's good? Appreciate my boy Simeon in the building. Appreciate you tapping in. AB, what's good? LL Hoopster, what's good? I'm gonna get to these stats. We're gonna get to the comments. I'm gonna open up the lines early today because I know a lot of people got a lot to say. So I'm just gonna get into it real quick. We're gonna talk about the Packers first, and then we're gonna run right into the Bucks. So the Packers they slipped away and got a 3-point victory. Hey, this kicker is already paying dividends. Hey, this kicker has already helped us. Shout out to the Packers making a move at the right time to get McManus. He's already paying dividends. Shout out to Jordan Love. I hope he's better. I do want to say something about Jordan Love. He has to be careful with the football. This man is the Black Favre for real. Oh, he's a gunslinger. I hope that he grows out of this in time, but I see a lot of Brett Favre and Jordan Love. Now I'm thinking it's 80% Favre, 20% Rodgers. Jordan Love got to get that together. He's way too careless with the football. But shout out to Malik Willis for being steady and being professional and doing what he needed to do, going on a game-winning drive and doing what he did. So salute to him and putting us in field goal position. And then Josh Jacobs, I told you I like when he rushed 30-plus times a game. Josh Jacobs ran powerful today. He looked like everything we need at running back today. 25 carries, 127 yards, 2 touchdowns. Malik Willis had 2 important scrambles and 4 for 23. Chris Brooks 4 for 16. Not too much other to mention, but 39 carries for 172 touches. I'll take it. Tucker Kraft is starting to become a problem, y'all. Hey, Tucker Kraft, I've been telling y'all, he gonna be one of them. I've been telling y'all, right? Tucker Craft, he's gonna be a problem. That touchdown he had was slick. Tucker Craft, 3 catches, 78 yards. Romeo Dobbs has been very consistent. 3 catches, 72 yards. Jaden Reed, 2 catches, 55. Watson, 4 catches, 39. Wicks, 2 for 11. So the ball was spread around. Obviously, the numbers are going to be down when you don't have Jordan Love in the game. But I thought we were proficient offensively. I do think again that we fizzled a little bit in the red zone, but for the most part, I think we played well. I do think the defense played very soft in the second half. I thought Jacksonville was able to move the ball way too easily in the second half. I don't know where Rashawn Gary is. I don't know where Kenny Clark is. There was rumors that they were good players. I'm waiting for them to show themselves. If anybody has any information on the whereabouts of Kenny Clark or Rashawn Gary, please let Packers Nation know. And another interception by McKinney. Hey, McKinney's the truth. McKinney's the truth. I really like McKinney. And I also think the defense is effective as well when Evan Williams went down. I think that affected the defense a little bit, but we got to start to get some pressure without blitzing. We have to be able to get pressure without blitzing. But this is a solid win. And with the loss today of the Bears, we're in second place in division, so we're looking good. I mean, Trevor Lawrence didn't do too much. I mean, he got a little bit of nonsense passing yards in the fourth, but we 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, 18 carries for 78. We held him under 100 yards. We played pretty well for the most part. I'm not upset. Anything that happened today, what I would like to call out is number 56 is a future star for this team. Edgerrin Cooper is the real deal. If y'all not watching him, please pay attention to him when he's playing. Hey, Edgerrin Cooper is the real deal. I like him a lot. I like Wilson and I like McKinney, but Cooper, he's an impact. He might be one of the linebackers that we need that actually can impact the game. So this is definitely a good win by the Green Bay Packers to keep the momentum going, and especially in the toughest division and all of football, they got to keep winning to stay in the race. Because Detroit won again. I mean, our division is no joke. So we got to figure out too what's going on with Jordan Love and how long he'll be out. I'm a little concerned about him being consistently banged up, but hopefully he can get on the mend and get back out there. Otherwise, we have a serviceable backup in Malik Willis that I think can hold down the fort until Jordan Love returns. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. So another solid win. As you can see, we're 6-2 now. Detroit 6-1, Minnesota 5-2. Chicago, after they got shamed on that Hail Mary, is now 4-3. So again, a tough division. So we gotta come with it. Let's see who we play next. Woo! We got a big one next. Hey, Detroit, that's gonna be a serious game right there. And hey, these next two is gonna really let us know. These next three will let us know where we. You know what? We got a nice little stretch right here. Detroit, Chicago, San Francisco, Miami, Detroit, Seattle, New Orleans, Minnesota, Chicago again. Woo! The back half of this season is no joke, Packer Nation. Hey, we gotta come with it. Look at all of that. These are all playoff teams. Hey, Packers got to get serious out here, y'all. Packers definitely got to get serious. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Now let's pivot real quick to this atrocity that was the Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee Bucks lose to the Brooklyn Nets in Brooklyn, 115-102. We just didn't show up. We played terrible defense today. We looked old and slow. Just didn't look. We looked disinterested. Giannis only took 11 shots. He was 8 of 11 from the free throw line. 12 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 4 turnovers, 22 points. Lopez had 15. Dame had 21, but was only 1 of 7 from 3. Gary Trent had 9. Bobby P had 16. We only shot 30% from 3. We did shoot better from the free throw line and shot more free throw attempts this today at 83%. So that's a lot better. 44% from the field isn't bad. But again, 16 3-pointers hurt us. They shot 42%, 91% from the free throw line. Now to get to why we really lost, y'all. This is why we really lost. It says points conceded off of turnovers. 21. 21. 21 points off of 18 turnovers. 21. You're going to lose a lot of games like that. You're also going to lose games when you're letting teams get 12 offensive rebounds. We just don't look we just look like a low basketball IQ team. There's nothing else to say. We're a low basketball IQ team. Giannis and Dame don't have any kind of chemistry yet. They're just scoring. Where is this coaching staff that I've been hearing about? This is a team that needs some help. And I was telling y'all, we need Chris Middleton to play as many games as possible. This is not a team that can play with missing parts. It looks like at this point in time, we need all hands on deck to be effective. Period. That means Middleton needs to play. We're just I don't know what it is, but we just don't click without all of our star players playing. I don't know what's going on. Doc needs to figure that out. I'm just really disappointed in what I'm seeing. And then Pat has regressed again. Pat has become trash again. 2 straight games, 17 minutes and nothing. 3 points and 3 points and back to back, giving us nothing. Uh, this team needs some help. I don't want to say anything yet. Let's give it a few more games and let's see how we perform against Boston. But this team we shouldn't, this shouldn't happen just because of all the slick talk that was happening to the Bucks. There's no way that they should need any further motivation to play well. So there's no excuses. This is on the team not playing well. There's no excuses. I know Middleton isn't playing, but Middleton doesn't play that much anyway, so that should be expected. This team is underperforming now. They need to do some soul searching and figure out what their identity is going to be and how they're going to play defense. This packing in the paint is stupid. If everybody is shooting threes, why are you packing the paint? It's stupid. All this sagging is stupid. Guard your man. Stop trying to double. Whenever someone doubles, there's somebody wide open after the second or third ball swing. It's absolutely ridiculous and it's frustrating to watch. It's just frustrating to watch. Let me get to this comment section, then I'm gonna open up the lines here, and then we gonna chop it up. I know y'all got a lot to say. A lot to say. This is disgraceful by the Bucks today. Absolutely disgraceful. Let me get into some of these comments here, y'all. Sadowski said we look like a team that doesn't practice 5 versus 5 together. Just treat this job as a bored 9 to 5 with low wages. Don't give a F about the outcome. Just there for money, no pride. Damn. That was hard, Sadowski. Woof. Sean Dixon said, Bucks fans, we are in for a long season. It won't get better from here on in. Imagine the Bulls and Nets beating us. Yeah, that's bad. That is bad, bro. That is bad. You losing the bottom feeders back to back is not a good look at all. My boy Brandon King Carter said we got to figure it out when they play Boston tomorrow night. Yeah, if we play like this against Boston, we'll get blown out by 50. That I assure you. Pronte said, I guess this one is on Giannis too. Nah, this is team. The team didn't play well. They didn't play enthusiastic. They played lethargic. They turned the ball over 18 times. We can't grab any rebounds. No, this is a team loss. This is a team loss. But I do think that we need Middleton to be effective. I will say that, Pronte. I do think this is a team that shouldn't need Middleton, but we need Middleton for whatever reason to win games. I just think that's what it is. You know what it is? Kind of like what's going on with Denver right now. They got their two cold players, Murray and Jokic, but it ain't enough. They need more. And it looked like we need more than Giannis and Dame right now, which is why we need Middleton. We need a third scorer to steady the ship, stop runs and create runs, and we don't have that right now. Bobby's doing his thing, but the way Bobby scores, it's I don't know how to explain it. It's not in a flow kind of thing, which you get from Chris Middleton. My boy Jeff said, frankly, I don't see a win coming anytime soon the way they are playing. We are playing bad, but again, it's early in the season. Friends and family, let's be calm. It is early in the season. My boy Jeff said, for me last night, my Spurs won, Packers won, but my Dolphins and the Bucks lost. I'm a little more pissed than okay. I feel you. I agree. Dre West said they look bad, body language and all. Fact. We just don't look at. We didn't look enthusiastic. That's what I'm saying. We just looked flat out there. Like it was weird. That was weird. Something is going on with this team. I don't know if it's in the locker room or what, but we need some changes. We need some changes on this team, y'all. Real talk. Mia Kim said Bucks can't win against the Celtics tomorrow. I'll call it even with the 2 straight loss. Yeah. We gonna see, Mia Kim. Appreciate you. Robert Brooks says 7Z, if you ever saw my post, you would never see me believing in Middleton's return. You have to know when to fold the hand. Hey, 7Z, I'm a completely co-sign Robert. He been around for years and been standing on business about Middleton. I completely co-sign you, Robert Brooks. Completely co-sign you. 7Z said trade Dame because he's the only Buck who could get some value in return. Low key, that's kind of true right now. Dark Kent said Bucks in trouble if they don't fix it fast. Agreed. Rob Brooks said it comes down to trading Middleton, Pat, Bobby, Green, Beauchamp, and Jackson in order for us to fix this roster. Something's gonna have to shake. I agree with you, bro. Something is definitely gonna have to shake. Let me put the link in the chat. I don't want to waste too much time here. Let me put the link in the chat. Make sure y'all hit the like button. What up, Kid Trunks? I see you in the live, bro. Appreciate you. Milwaukee Allen, what's good? I see you. Monolando, my mans, what's good? Mamas, what's good? CCP Virus, I see you. My boy Pass in the building, what's good? Sal Cali in the building. Luke Lipinski, 2 Red Violin, what's good? Appreciate y'all tapping in. Chessbox, what's good, bro? I ain't seeing you in a minute. What's good? Emma Smith, what's good? Like the gang getting together. I see everybody back in the building. The link is in the chat. Tap in when y'all like. I'm going to get to more of these comments. Lines are open. What up, King Keith? My boy in the building. Keith, what's good? Hey, Keith, tell my boy P I said what up. He done got little. Tell P I said what up, Keith. My boy Humilidon straight out of Puerto Rico. What's good? Salute to y'all. What's good? We get to more of these comments. Hey, man, these comments is coming in fast. Damn. Let me hold on, y'all. It's a lot going on in the comment section. Jesus. Y'all are blacking out. Wow. The Big Bodega said this is pathetic. Absolutely. The homie Dre West said, I know they look bad, but let's give them at least 25 games. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. My boy Bucks number 1 said, I think we're all pissed. I agree. We're definitely all pissed, bro. Oliver Story said we need PJ Tucker to come back and get in the players back and say to Damian Giannis, we're a dog. We need somebody to put some fight on this team. I don't know if that means bringing back PJ Tucker, but this team has no fight in them at all. There's no dog in this team. That's the problem. I don't see no dog in this team. If they had dog in them, we shouldn't have lost to Chicago or Brooklyn. That's a fact. We shouldn't have lost to either team. What up, Monolando? Give me 1 second, bro. Let me just get a couple of these comments. I'm going to tap you right in. Dark Kent said, way to pack, but I hope sideline and Love, he not 100. Let Willis play us into postseason, then Love take over. I'm not mad. I just want him to be 100%, Dark Kent. You're not wrong. Maria, what's good? They come not ready to play this game. Facts. Facts. Hey, Tony Tone said Pat C can't play anymore, Bucks fan. I agree. Yeah, I'm off the Pat C bandwagon, bro. It's a wrap for Pat. Monolando, you good? All right, let me tap into homie Monolando. Hold on, let me get you
What's
in there,
going
bro.
on,
Hold on 1
Emmer?
second. There we go. What's good? Yeah,
Yeah.
you good. You clean. You good.
All right. But I have my room's kind of dark.
No, you good. So how you
Yeah,
feeling,
man.
bro?
Honestly,
The floor is yours,
I'm sick.
Monolando. Go ahead and cook.
Salute to everybody. Salute for the book. To everybody in the chat. Salute to Amar, whoever came to watch the game today. Honestly, today I didn't really have any expectation. We have a game back to back. What do you call it? Schedule, right? We're playing
Yeah.
the Boston Celtics, so I'm guessing we're loading up for tomorrow. But can I have a little bit of urgency, a little bit of effort? It's like nobody tried except for. Let me tell you who tried. There's only 2 or 3 people who tried. Honestly, they're the cheapest pieces we ever got. Like, I hope they resigned. That's Torian Prince and what's his name and Gary Trent
Trent
Jr.
Jr. They
Bro,
played hard. I agree.
solid, solid. Honestly, it's the lack of effort that's frustrating. That's what's the thing. It's not like we're bad. Everybody's saying trade this person, trade this person, trade this person. It's not the personnel. It's the effort. That's what it is. We can
The
score.
attention to detail. The attention to detail.
It's not even the detail. It's like, bro, there's a guy wide open. Nobody even. It's not even about having the energy. You guys get timeouts. How many timeouts is there in a game?
Right.
You get refs stopping the game for fouls. There's a little break, get a breather. Go, someone's at the foul line, you get a little breather. There's complaining, you get a little breather. Like you guys have enough energy. Just
Right.
at least show urgency. Like I'm not comparing myself to an NBA player, but
Right.
I swear I have more energy than anyone on the court right now.
They
And
just
I'm
look
sick
like
of it.
they just look uninterested. You know what I'm saying? They just look
That's what I'm
uninterested.
saying. This goes to show you this new era of basketball is everybody just likes to load manage. They
Right.
they're not tough. They're not tough like the '90s, man. They're not tough.
No.
Nobody's tough.
No, they're not. They said nobody.
Nobody's tough. No, nobody's. They're not hang. They're not hanging with the '90s, bro. They're
No,
not
no, no,
hanging with the
they're
'90s.
not. Not at all. Not at all.
Have you
Do
seen an
you do you think we
All-Star
miss
game from
Middleton?
the
Do you think
'90s?
we need Middleton to come back, Monalando?
Middleton would help on the offense, but it doesn't fix the problem. The problem was effort. We have
Salute.
talent. We have one of the best talented starting five ever. Like our starting five is very talented, but it's our energy and our effort. I feel like having people with high energy, like as much as we don't like trashing out old teammates,
Right.
Pat Beverly brought some energy for some reason, even though he was not that good. He brought a lot of energy. It's like we woke up when Pat Beverly was playing on the floor, but when he's not playing, it's like back to the same old Bucks 20 Bud era.
Yeah, but
It's like,
we look like the Adrian Griffin Bucks right now. What up, Pass? Shout out to Pass. What up, Pass?
This looks worse than 18 Griffin. If I'm being honest with
it
you,
actually does.
this looks worse.
Okay.
This is I've never seen this before from them. Even when they play like dumbasses, this is by far some of the worst games I've ever seen in my life.
Agreed.
Back to back, you play like dumbasses for each fucking time.
I was just
And
laughing today. I was just like, this is the kind of effort we're showing today. Wow.
both of these games were so easily winnable. Even
Right.
playing lazily, they are playing lazy and they could still win, and they're still
That's what I'm
and they
saying.
still somehow find a way to fuck it up.
Oh man.
I
I
don't know if
mean,
this is
there's a lot of blame going on. There's a lot of personnel blame
But I
going
think the
on,
team in
It's
general needs.
everyone.
This is
but
not on a one
it's
individual
everybody,
player.
It's
bro.
This is a
everyone. It's
team
not just one
problem.
person.
Yeah, this isn't one
Yes.
person.
Yeah. It's not one person. It's everybody collectively. There's not four, five, there's no, it's not one person on the floor. It's 5 people.
I will say this: if it's a everything issue, you know who that goes down to? That goes down to the coach.
Yep.
This is
I
on
knew you were gonna
Doc
say
is
that.
probably the biggest person to blame on this.
Yeah.
We never had this before with Bud. We've had games where they play around and they lose. And I checked the times when they did it. You know when it was? During All-Star break, where every team that's going in the playoffs plays around. This is the first week.
Yeah.
You see, LL Hoopster said this game was about no heart, hustle, and effort. That's it. That's pretty much just. Hey, that's a great summary.
I'm glad we're seeing the same thing.
Right? Yeah, that's a great summary. There's no
We're on the
effort.
same page.
Even Giannis only took 11 shots. Dame only took 13 shots. It
It's not even the
I'm
shot
worried
amount. It's
about
how they're
Giannis, to be
getting their
honest.
shots.
Yeah, me too.
It's the
What
shots
is
and how
going?
they're getting them.
What happened to his defense? It's like regressed.
I think he's taking it too so lightly in the regular season now.
Yeah.
We told him, hey, calm it down. Now he's like playing like he's not even an all-star level player.
Right. I don't know
Playing
what's
like Ben
going on
Simmons
with
out
this
there.
team. I don't know what's going on. Hey, but Doc got to get it together. We got this all-star coaching staff. We shouldn't see this type of inconsistency. We don't go after. We can't get any defensive rebounds. Teams are rebounding all over us, shooting threes all over. We don't even we look like we're playing like a bottom feeder team. I'm gonna keep it real. We look like
Yeah.
bottom feeders out there.
If I can give this team up until All-Star break. If they can't turn it up after that, at this point, just break this team up.
Yep.
Just wait. Stop wasting the
I think
fans'
it's at
time.
that
Stop
point,
wasting Giannis's time. Stop wasting Dame's time. Trade everyone and rebuild.
Right.
If that's what you're gonna do. If this is what you're gonna give us every single day, what's the point? Why are we paying? Why are we paying for tickets? Why are we buying merch? If this is what you're gonna give us, there's nothing good about this. It's not even a thing of with bad teams where you see improvements. You're not seeing that. You're just seeing regression.
right?
That's it. Yeah, the coach has to be accountable to a certain extent. I agree because we're making the same mistakes for 3 games in a row now. We're not guarding the three. Our rotations are off, and our offense doesn't look fluid at all. Our offense does
Yeah.
not look fluid at all.
That's my biggest thing. What happened to game one? What happened in just a few days? You looked fantastic in game one
Right.
offensively. Defensively, you looked much better. This team is, if they do the same bullshit they do against the Celtics, this team isn't serious. It's simple as
Right.
that. If you pull off the same shit, then what do you do? What are you here for? Just get checks? Is this a 9 to 5 to you guys now?
I saw somebody put that in the chat. They playing like this is a 9 to 5. What's crazy?
play.
I saw that in the chat. That was wild. They didn't play with any effort. I didn't see any passion. I didn't see anybody looking upset. Nothing. And they were just like,
I saw the same 3 plays done over and over again, where Giannis was covered by 3 different people. It was 3 men on him. Pause. Right? In the paint. Someone's coming in, they're cutting. They had the ball and they're passing it to him when he's covered up, each in every single direction. And then they wonder why they have a turnover.
You know what
This
it
is
is? This is like the LeBron effect. They know all his tricks. Do you see anybody falling for that spin move anymore that Giannis
nope,
does?
nope.
Everybody knows where he's gonna do what he's gonna do. He's so telegraphed. It's like, bro, we know what you're gonna do. We know when you're gonna shoot from the mid range, because we know how you 2 3 dribbles and then you shoot. And then we know when you stutter step, you're gonna drive to the basket. Like we know what you're gonna do. You gotta like, I don't know. I know he's developing his mid range and everything, but there's a different way to play Giannis. You don't always have to play the way. I
The
mean,
wall. You don't have to just do the
teams
wall all the
teams kind
time.
of learn everything about how to guard you now. Teams learn how to guard you now. They made the NBA a little bit more physical. Honestly, I think it's because of Giannis. He's
Giannis
been
is
getting
terrible. Yeah, he was terrible this game.
and
Yeah.
they adjusted the physicality for Giannis. I remember when back in the day he'll get like a little tap on the shoulder and he'll get the N1 or whatever. But now it's like he'll get grabbed and like pushed out of the air and it's not a foul and he's on the floor and then there's a 4-on-1, 4-on-3, or sorry, 4-on-5 fast break with Brook by himself in the middle.
Who is this bozo?
Brooke is another one.
Honestly,
I just don't know what to say about this team.
Also, what did I
go
say
ahead,
about
Pat.
Pat before? What did I say about Pat before? Oh, it was one game he played well. And what happened the next 2 games? I told you don't go too crazy with him.
Right. Pat is so mid. Oh, Pat. I was trying to give Pat some gas and he just got me shamed. Oh, Pat.
Don't let him fool you. I've seen this game before.
He said, "Don't let it fool you." Bleacher Report boss checking in. What's good, bro?
What's going on, Dave?
Pass? What's up, Mondo?
What up?
What's
What
going
up?
on,
What
Dave?
up?
Salute.
Go
Not
ahead,
nothing,
pass.
you
Then we
know.
gonna pass it to Bleacher Report boss. Go ahead, pass.
I need time for this, man.
Go ahead, Bleacher Report. It's early in the season. We gonna recover. Go ahead.
These are play-in teams. These are Cooper flag teams.
Right, Cooper flag team is hilarious.
It's
They're supposed to tank at the fourth quarter, but they said, never mind, if we're playing the Bucks.
Right.
it feels like every time the Buck come up, like who? Oh man, we're shooting these threes now, man. We gotta get these
They're
threes
like,
up.
we're playing the
Right.
Bucks tonight. I can't wait.
Right, to shoot threes, right.
Now, I heard you guys talking, and I agree. Most of you guys are saying, man, I'm not really gonna hold on that. You know, Packers win, thank God.
Right.
Yeah, I would say Grace's Packers won today, so I'm not too mad. But let's get on the Bucks though. This is the topic of the day. I don't know what's going on with the Bucks right now. It seems like they're still doing the same thing they did last year. They're playing the same defensive sets. They're not getting to the ball. They're trying to double, and somebody's wide open. How many times you guys see it? Somebody's wide open. They get a run. Bucks get a run. They get a lead. All of a sudden, wide open shot three. Like every time. I'm like, you can't pull this off against Boston. Boston line. Shoot.
Boston to shoot us right up out their building. Boston to
Huh?
shoot us out their building if we play like this.
They ready. And it's like I don't know what they're coasting for. Why are you coasting? Like this is not the time right now. People has been talking bad about you all these months.
They're proving everybody right. I forgot who said it in the chat. They're proving all the media analysts right what they were saying about the Bucks. We proven everything, literally verbatim what they were saying is coming to fruition. Sadly.
No, Daniel, that's what I want to know. Why are you coasting this early? It's
Yeah,
3
it's like the
games
third
in.
game.
Shouldn't.
This isn't March. This isn't December.
They're like following. Okay, yeah. The only time they got really serious when Pat Connaughton swiped Dan Schwarber in the head by accident. It was going for the ball. They called a flagrant foul one on that. That was a flagrant foul one on that. I'm like,
Right.
That's just Dennis Schroeder want to fight everyone for no reason. He always does that.
man,
Every single
Yeah,
game
he's
I've
got a
seen
little
him.
man
I've
syndrome.
watched. I went to Nets games because it's nearby. He does this every single time, where he'll just act like he got hit for something. That's very clearly not a flagrant one, but the refs were calling it that way. So what are you gonna do?
Right.
I really personally said that he gonna meet the wrong one of these days. One of these days he's gonna meet the wrong one, and he ain't gonna
We
like.
need to meet the wrong one to get this team out of this funk that we're in. I don't see no enthusiasm on the sideline. I don't see any type of what up and no. I just don't see it. I don't see team chemistry right now. I'm gonna keep it real. I see individual hoopers. I don't see a team right now. And I think that's a huge problem. And I don't see any communication. They keep making the same mistakes on defense. I don't see anybody communicating, pointing. I don't see coaches holding people accountable. This thing just looks like a free for all right now. It looks like the inmates are running the asylum. Doc needs to get a hold of this team. We need to run some offensive sets. We need to know how to play defense. We need to stop sagging in the paint like everybody is trying to come in and shoot layups. Everybody is bombing us from the outside. We need to guard the three. Period.
Facts.
And that's been the problem I've been seeing. And it seemed like Lopez can't jump for them a rebound. Like he just tries to tap it every time. Like, bro, if a guy from Boston, the shortest guy in Boston, get the rebound, that's not be a problem. Like you can't even. You gotta grab the rebound, man. The box out. Use your size. Like why? Like why guys are using their size? They're supposed to be tall. Get in the post. Don't try to just go to the game because they're hitting
Brooke
threes all.
Lopez and Damian Lillard had the same amount of rebounds today. 4.
Didn't Rondo work with the coaching staff?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Apparently, he
Rondo
was
is
being here.
known. He's a small guy. He's the one. He was one of the point guards that was known to get rebounds and their guards that they're guarding sorry, and the people who are guarding Rondo were like worried about him rebounding. Why isn't Doc using someone like that? If it's his
We
system,
don't
right?
crash the boards because of the statistics. The statistics say to get back on defense and not crash the boards. That's
Because
what
they're
that's what
slow.
the numbers say. That's why they don't do it. I think that you should split and have a couple people crash the boards and have a couple people run out. That's just me, but
Yeah.
I try to use common sense. But
Hammer,
I,
you know what I noticed? I watch other games too. I'm not really into other
right,
teams. I watch the Bucks normally.
right,
You know what I'm saying? I watch other games these days because I'm bored. Every team shoots a three, and they're waiting in around the key area, around the key and around the baseline. That's where the ball lands usually. Why aren't we
Yep.
there? We run back before the ball even touches the floor. Like, what is going on?
it,
It's like we're already back at the other side before the ball even lands. It's like,
it's
oh,
crazy.
free rebound, my
Hold
guy.
on 1 second,
Free
Monalana.
rebound.
Let me get the homie Matt super chat real quick. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. What up, Matt? Appreciate the 4.99 super chat. I like to trade Pat Con for 3 Twizzlers, a couple paper clips, and maybe a throw in a spare tire. Appreciate the 4.99 super chat. Damn, Pat, I was trying to give you a pass. Now,
No. Don't give him a pass. We're not giving Pat a pass until
yeah,
he proves
Pat.
this for multiple games. We're not giving him a pass.
True. True.
I said, look, I said we want him. I want Marjon gone. I still do. Kings aren't playing Keon Ellis. I'd rather have Keon Ellis right now.
Okay,
That's
I'm
a
not
that's
mad
a
at
young.
that.
You could honestly probably get him for that. You can probably get him for Pat. They would 100% take Pat because they need a bet.
Or we could get Norman. Then.
You trade Marjon for a second. You get him. You get a second for that. You
Okay.
trade Pat and him for a second. And then does Giannis really need the Thanasis that badly? You sign him to the team. There you go. There's your 15th
Put
man.
him, put him
Okay.
in D League. He'll be there.
Why don't they just sign him to the coaching staff at this point? If Giannis is bitching that much about him, is that why they're playing this terribly? Because they missed the nasty.
That for Gibson. Gibson, like, he wants to get back in.
You said what?
Gibson said, "Blink, please." He wants to
Oh,
get
okay.
in.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. Hold
Well,
on 1 second.
Hey, I'll tap out for Gibson. He's tapping in, right?
Yeah. Wait. Let me wait till he tap in. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna let you go
All
ahead,
right.
Monalando, until he tap in. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. I don't really have much to say. It's just like there's a trend in the NBA where it's about 3 point. It's the 3 point only. It's the 3 point land. So Bucks are still not adjusting to that. Every other team is starting to notice. They're starting to notice the offensive rebound is very important, and having volume threes is very important. You score more points when you shoot threes, correct? We're not scoring enough points. We're getting a lot of what do you call it? Dumb, bone-headed plays
Right.
where there's wide open man, like wide in the corner or in the wing. But I'm not always gonna blame Giannis, but bro, like you gotta learn to kick it out, bro.
Yeah.
Bobby too.
You gotta definitely gotta learn that.
That
Definitely
shot.
gotta learn
Yeah,
that. I appreciate you,
teams
Monalando.
literally
Let me
just
tap in
drive
Mr.
in the
Cool
paint.
here real quick.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mr.
no
Cool.
worries,
Okay. Appreciate you,
Mr. Cool.
Monalando.
I'll tap out. Yeah,
All right. Yeah.
thank you.
Appreciate you.
See you.
My man Monalando, straight out of Canada. Appreciate you. Let me tap in, Mr. Cool. I'm gonna get to you, Gibson, 1 second. Mr. Cool, what's good, sir? Appreciate you.
Hello, gentlemen. How
Hey,
y'all
what's going
doing?
on? Go ahead. The floor is yours, sir.
Okay, just real quick. I'm not too concerned. To be honest with you, I'm not. I'm coming from a different perspective.
Okay.
Yeah, it was two bad losses, but what I try to do is analyze why we lost these games
Okay.
to teams are weaker. So what I noticed was, this is just my take. I took some notes because I listened to some of the post game interviews by some of the players. What the Bulls did was speed up the game and wanted to play fast. They came in. That was your game plan all along, to play faster. I think Brooklyn saw that, scouted that, and came up with that same frame of mind. We're gonna play quick because the Bucks are slower, older, don't move as fast, not as mobile. That gives them a chance. The problem was we didn't prepare to counter for teams playing us fast like that. Because really, to me, that's what it boils down to more than anything. The
Agreed.
speed at which both those teams, I mean, where the Bulls moved that ball around the perimeter, everything was quick, quick, quick. These guys today were just off the dribble, attacking as soon as they got the ball. No wasting, no time, no anything. So, solution. We have to change our offense a little bit when we play teams that are going to be this much quicker than what we are and play that fast. You got to play more in the post. You got to slow the game down. You got to play more of a half-court game. That allows you to slow the game down. You don't want them to control the tempo because we
Right.
don't have that. We have young players, but they're just not ready to play yet.
Great
So
point.
they will kill us playing at these fast-paced games. They just will. Our guards aren't quick enough. Our bigs aren't quick enough, except for Giannis. So that'd be the first thing. And then secondly, we have to play some zone in those situations. Give those guys a different look. I think, Amber, you said it the other day, we should switch to zone.
Right.
We should have did it in the Bulls game. We should have did it in this game. That slows them down. Okay, if you don't do anything else, yeah, they might make some more threes. They may get some open threes out of a zone, but you slow them down because that's the key to this. They was just faster at every part of the game.
I
Faster to lose
agree.
balls,
Great
fastest
point, Mr.
in
Cole.
everything. So I just have to I analyze it from a coaching standpoint. What I would do to counter that next time is we got to run more pulls. We got to get Brook out of. When we're playing a faster team, get Brook off the perimeter. He's got to go in the block. So you got to change your offensive sets. I know they like him out there so that Giannis and Dame has the opportunity to penetrate, and they don't have help on those guys when they try to attack the basket. That's not going to work on these teams that are really, really quick like this. So you have to adjust. You have to put Giannis in the post, and you got to put Brook down the post, both of them, opposite sides. You have to change some sets when you play teams like this. And then when you get back on defense, you get to a zone and slow them down because that's
I
what they were
agree.
counting on, us being slow. And they took full advantage of that. So, we could make all kind of other reasons why we lost. End of the day was the speed of that team today. They were quick off the dribble, off the pass, every element they beat us. And we don't
Yeah, I
have the
agree.
type of speed to stop that.
I
So that's
agree.
just my take on it.
No, I agree with you completely, Mr. Cool. That's great comment. Great content as usual from the living legend, Mr. Cool. Y'all should know this man by now. He does nothing but drop gems at this chat. I agree with you, but I still think we just look lethargic out there though too, Mr. Cool. We didn't play with any energy, no enthusiasm. We just didn't look like we were interested in the game today.
This is
Well, and another thing I think we did a poor job of last year and this year is scouting. We play like we don't know what these guys can do. How do you
That's a
not know
fact.
how Schroeder plays by now?
That's a
So you
fact.
should have some idea how to go out and guard people. That concerns me that we don't really prep in that sense. That when you okay, who you playing, you should be scouting them, knowing what they like to do, what their strengths are, what their weak part of the game is. But we don't. We just play people like we don't know who they are. They beat us off the dribble. They beat us so many different ways, and that to me is a scouting and preparation. We
I
didn't do
agree.
a good job of that last year, and we're not doing a good job of it so far this year. So that's my take.
I have a thing with this is that Chris solves a lot of issues. And the reason why I say this is not because of his scoring or anything like that. It's mainly because how he controls the court.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yep.
always slows these guys down.
Yeah, pace.
Be like,
He's
hey,
he's got
calm
his
down.
pace. Yep.
Games like these is where you need Chris.
Right.
And
I agree.
that's why we lost our mind with Barrett last time. Came here talking, we need him. No, we need him right now.
And we need him now,
All
right?
on
We
deck.
need him right now. The way
That's
this
why
team
we
is
said
made
we
up, we
said.
need all of our pieces to be effective. The way our roster is built, Mr. Cool, you said it multiple times. We're top heavy, which means if we're top heavy, all those players need to be available to carry the weight of this team. With one of those pieces missing, it throws off the equilibrium of this whole team. I guarantee with Middleton in the lineup, if he were to play against Boston Monday, we'll look like a completely different team. I guarantee it. That's why he
I would
needs to
say
be
this
available.
too. I would say this too. I would have went ahead and played some of the young guys early, just because they are quick and they
Right.
are fast. What do you got to lose? Throw them out there. They're going to at least have more energy and ability to put more pressure on those guys. So I think I would have done that earlier. I know that's not what Doc wants to do, but you got to come out of what you think you like to do and what's going to work to help the team.
Right.
And playing some of those young guys, a couple of them at least early, giving Dame some rest because Dame was having trouble. I saw Prante posted that, and he's right. Dame was having a lot of pressure with them, the ball pressure he was receiving,
Right.
and that was a problem for Dame. That's why you bring in some young, energetic guys that kind of counter what they did.
Right.
Just but 5 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes, you've been okay.
Oh no,
That
I
just
agree.
again another option.
No, I agree. I think we'll be okay, but we gotta get some momentum going. We gotta get some. We have to find our identity. What we do. I don't still know what we do yet.
I
I
hope, yeah, I hope the game goes either two ways. Either we get blown out and they do some soul searching to figure out, hey, what do we need to change, or we blow them out. I do
and then
not want
that's
a
the
close
start of
game.
our
Well,
ascension.
Yes,
Right.
yeah.
I do not want a
So
close game
I'm
next game.
praying. I'm praying that we get blown out because they need to really get humbled. Like we are nothing if we don't beat Boston or even compete with them. Like
Right.
we need to at least compete with them tomorrow. Like I don't want to. Like I probably see we was getting the L tomorrow, but I want them at least compete with them. Like come on. Like you can't just go in there and thinking like, oh, we're gonna do this tomorrow with the Boston. Boston, like, oh, we gonna light them up tomorrow. Oh, I can't
Right.
wait. They already know what to do. They know all the move. They know what Giannis does. Do the same thing. He's trying to do a jump shot. I get that, but he's not pushing the ball. He's not moving the ball, getting everybody involved. I was trying to say his last line, but I didn't get it out yet. He's playing a little selfish because he's trying to get the ball down the field. He wants to win, but at the same time, everybody's just like, oh yeah, we gotta get this. We gotta get this done. We gotta get this done. But it's like it's not fluid yet. It's not fluid that it should be. Now, yeah, somebody would probably say in the chat, this all say in the chat that if we need Chris Miller to win, that's the problem. Like, no, we kept everybody to win this year. Like, we wanted Miller to be gone really much because we already knew that he's not going to pretty much be hungry, but we knew that Giannis was going to let that happen. We're going to have to use. I mean, we have to use all these players together. Like you try to add more pieces, but now teams running on us now. They're just trying to run up the score. They're like every time we get close, it's like like just today, every time we got close, teams just trying to run. It's like, oh yeah, we got to open three. It was like they could have us run like a
We're
chicken,
not
like a head. You
disciplined.
know,
We're
a
just
chicken
not a
head cut
disciplined
off.
team right now. We're not disciplined and we're not playing with any passion. But it's quite a few people in the green room, so I'm gonna do a round robber real quick, and then I'm gonna swap everybody out. Let's start with Mr. Cool, then we'll end with Bleach Report boss. Go ahead, Mr. Cool.
Yeah, one other thing concerns me is the turnovers are way, way, way too many, and
18.
and and that comes from coaching and preparation. So I'm disappointed in our coaching staff. We should not have this many turnovers. It makes us look like we don't even practice or prepare at all. So that's just poor preparation by our
Agreed.
coaching staff. All right,
Agreed.
thank you guys.
Appreciate you, Mr. Cool.
No problem,
It's on
guys.
you,
Talk to you later.
Pass. All right, see you. It's on you, Pass.
On that thing with turnovers, there's so much that could have been fixed because there's just terrible coaching all around this whole game and last game. I didn't see any form of adjustment after the half. This
No,
is
agreed.
mostly a lot of these games are on Doc. I know some people. I know you guys want to give Doc some like a leeway, but he has not been great.
No, I agree. No, I agree with you. Agree with you.
I hope this team finds what they're actually supposed to be because we know we looked at this roster early in the season. We're like, this is much better than last year. This looks worse than last year. Something's clearly wrong. It's not the players.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think the players are the problem. I think it's just how they're doing everything. They just look lazy.
Right. Right. I agree with you. I agree
There was
with you.
3 turnovers that really pissed me off. I didn't watch the whole game because I turned it off after that. I saw Giannis in the paint. Dame is going right around. He was dribbling around. He had an open lay. He tried to pass to Giannis. He's like, okay, well, Giannis can either get a foul or he'll make it, or he'll get an N1. Instead, Giannis picks it up. He doesn't pick it up because they impose it too low, and then they get a turnover. This happened 3 times with 3 different players.
They're just playing uninspired basketball right now, Pass. I'm hoping this changes tomorrow. Again, we going live tomorrow after the game, y'all. So, hey, tune back in. Pass, appreciate you tapping in.
I got one more thing
Go
because I
ahead,
just
bro.
saw this real quick. Sal Cali, I know what you're gonna do. I know you're fucking around with that, but still, I'm glad that Russ is hurting the Nuggets right now because that's the one positive that I have this season so far is that the Nuggets look terrible. So I am happy about that.
All right, Pass, appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Pass in New Jersey. All right, Pass, go. Let me tap in Mr. Smith. Then go ahead, Bleacher Report, boss.
Before I get off, I want to say this. Shout out to you, Mr. Smith. Thank you for. I know you're going to go off. So before I go off, I'm going to say this. The Bucks need to really just wake up, man. I don't know what else we need to say. They're not playing well. Like they lose the last 2 games, and then people be like, "Well, you messed with 2 games." Like, no, just say, "This is it. This is the all hands on deck." How many times I gotta say all hands on deck? And everybody's like, we need everybody. I don't care if it's the weakest team ever. We need all our players to get chemistry, to have all the players on the court. Everybody's playing, sloppy right now. Defense is horrible. They turn over the ball too damn much, and then they don't want us to get all mad at them. I'm like, no. We don't waste our time. If you want to play like this, don't waste our time, man. Like, we ain't having that right now. So just hope to God tomorrow they have effort tomorrow against Boston. I'm just hoping tomorrow they have some damn effort, because they don't do it, then they're gonna get embarrassed. And then I hope they do get embarrassed, and they're gonna do that tomorrow. Okay.
We gonna see. We gonna show some faith. Hopefully that I don't know. We gonna see. I got my fingers crossed. All right, Bleach Report boss. Appreciate you, bro.
Salute,
Have a
baby.
drink of water, fam.
I will.
All right, bro. Let me tap into homie CJ too. Hold on. All right, y'all. Y'all know we got the chat in the building here. We got Gibson Nicholas at the top right. We got Dr. Smith at the bottom left. We got the homie CJ at the bottom right. What's good, gentlemen? Let's start with Gibson. Go to Dr. Smith and then go to CJ.
Go with Mr. Smith.
Okay, go ahead, sir. Go ahead then. Hey, the people have spoken. Go ahead, sir.
I'm gonna be the last one to go because I'm gonna
Okay,
explode
well,
in the middle.
all right, we doing reverse then. Let's go ahead then. Go ahead, kick it off.
Well, first, it's always a pleasure to come and be able to speak with fellow Bucks fans. Many of you are also fellow Packers fans, right? So it's all bad. You know what I mean? We did win today. I'll start off with the good vibes before we come back to right. We did win today. A lot of injuries in that particular game. Would have been a game that we could have said, look, we're tapping the mat. Too many guys out. Our number one guy is out. You know what I mean? Our all-pro safety, Evan Williams, in his rookie year, out. Right? Gimpy, Jair Alexander, Gimpy. We didn't find an excuse. We still found a way to win. What an interesting contrast.
What an interesting contrast. Right.
I think it's way too early in an 82-game season to start talking about how the boat is burning down and we're it's going down. But what I am finding disappointing, and it just kind of took the air out of my sails, is that a lot of what I heard so far is just talk. It's just talk. Can someone explain to me how we're different this year so far than how we looked last year? When the problems were our inability to defend the three-point line, we still can't.
Fact.
Our inability for our shooters to shoot the three, they still can't. Right? You have all of this energy. It wasn't just the Bucks. We're talking about the new guys too. Should have been coming with a chip on the shoulder, right? People were ready to run Torian Prince out of town in LA, and all I kept hearing from my Laker fans is how much of a scrub he was, and this, that, and the third. And then they come here, they're ready to turn it around. For me, there's certain plays that I'll point at to let me know the mindset of the current team. Brooklyn's beaten the Bucks down the court. They're guys who have wide open threes. I'll see like a congregation or a gaggle of Bucks players in the middle of the court jogging back. It's the third game of the season. Why are you tired? What has worn you out? Why aren't you hustling back? That's beyond frustrating.
That's what I'm saying. There's no passion. There's no passion with this team. No sense of urgency.
So, which is troubling. So it's still too early to make any declarations about that. I think there are going to be, in the course of the 82-game season, slap you in the mouth moments. I just thought that it would be a while before we got this. We're getting it right out the gate. Just like this. No one can tell what's going to happen tomorrow. I would love it if they beat the Celtics, but no one in their right mind outside of the Milwaukee Bucks fan base should be betting on the Bucks beating the Celtics based on what we. I heard Doc say in the
Presser.
in the build-up, not in the presser, but in
Okay.
the build-up season, that he hadn't installed his offense. We've talked about this, that he hadn't installed an offense yet without Chris Middleton. Now, I don't know if that's true or not.
It looks true.
It certainly look exactly. Thank you. That's where I was going to. It looks true because they don't have any reliable offense whatsoever outside of Dame and Giannis. They and Brooke. Excuse me,
I agree.
Bobby. Right. As far as people actually looking better, the only one that I'm impressed with so far is Dame. Everyone else either looks the same or they've looked like they've gone backwards. No
I
one
agree.
actually looks better other than Dame.
All right.
So it's the reason why I'm hung up on the schemes and people actually installing an offense. Like, never mind Chris Middleton for right now, what he would bring to the game, right? For guys who cannot put the ball on the court and actually get into individual brilliance, which is a lot of players, right? You go to schemes. It's just like football, right? Everyone is not going to be Justin Jefferson, but you can still be a wide receiver that gets yards. That
Right.
comes with the strength of your scheme. Can we scheme our guys open? Can we scheme some of these guys who can't give you a ton of individual brilliance open to get some reliable offense? Where is this Brook Lopez offense that we heard about? Like, taking
Right.
advantage of our. We're not seeing it. I don't know if, like I said, if it's really true that he has offensive sets that he hasn't implemented. I just know that we look like it. And the defense, for a quick second, looked better against a 76ers team that was lacking Paul George and Joel Embiid. And outside of that, we look the same as we did last year. So now it's up to the Bucks.
He's
Daniel
preaching,
has
though.
said that if we lose tomorrow, we're going to be embarrassed. We're embarrassed now. You lost to the Bulls and to the Nets.
Yeah, that's
I'm embarrassed.
embarrassing. Right.
So
That's why I think it's cause for concern already because of the losses and who we lost to and how we lost is why I think it should be cause for concern early in the season, especially after all the tough talk during the preseason. That's why I'm concerned. It was a lot of WWE cut promo talk during the off season, and I'm not seeing any of that right now. I'm seeing us looking like this is a team that's regressing. That's why I'm ringing the alarm right now. Like, they need to get it together. We don't have time to waste. We need to get our continuity together. We need to get an identity. I still don't know what we're running on offense. I have no clue what we're doing on defense. We're just out there hooping.
facts. What you guys think? I don't want to.
Yeah, go ahead, CJ. Then we'll go to Gibson. Go ahead, CJ.
Salute to the panel. Salute Amir. Man, I heard everyone's takes, especially Mr. Cool, that I definitely was saying last year. And like like somebody said, Doc is lying because where's the young guys? I haven't seen not one young guy in the rotation. Only I've seen AJ Green, but besides AJ Green, I've not seen Andre, even though Andre too busy getting in the car accidents. Then I haven't seen AJ Johnson nor Tyler Smith. I'm just saying, with teams right now who are going really young and pushing the ball up the court fast, we need to put in our young guys, especially when times like in the playoffs where we're going to have injuries. Those young guys need to be stepped up. But more importantly, how they're going to develop when you're not going to throw them out there in the regular season so they can learn from mistakes and learn in the system. That's why Doc needs to stop lying, especially to the media. I don't want to hear about not implementing the offense because, matter of fact, what the hell are you doing then at this point? Because I'm looking at the court. These dudes is throwing turnovers after turnovers after turnovers and
Bro.
have a great spacing team. So it's either two things what I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at a center on our team that cannot grab boards to where almost every point guard or every guard on other people's team can swoop into the paint and get an offensive rebound. And we're leaving people wide open from the three. And you talk about a new defensive adjustment, it's the same mess since last year. I don't care about it's been 3 games, even though the first 2 games I mentioned about how it's just we got to see how the sample size. But one thing I don't like is players playing with no effort. They
Right.
they just they just look lazy, bro.
Talk to
Like
him.
The moment from the first to second quarter, I immediately knew. I was like, they're playing lazy. Like they immediately are playing lazy, not picking up, not rotating, and on top of that, it's just we're in a 3-point league. I don't understand this drop coverage. Is it just because Brook Lopez can't play the perimeter, or we need to make a different change in the starting lineup? What I've said last year, Giannis needs to play center, and he has to understand stop bringing the ball up the court. That could be a main reason why you are tired and gassed most of the time. There's a reason why Dame is on his team. I'm not saying you got to regress your game, but some changes got to be made to where we got to have a different center. Somebody got to come in because we need rebounding. Rebounding is very
Agreed.
important, but we can't do nothing if we got a 7-foot center that's not grabbing nothing, and not only that, just can't play outside the paint. If we can't play outside the paint, how are we going to rotate on defense?
He's talking, y'all. Please get the likes up. Enjoy the content. Get the likes up. Go ahead, CJ. You cooking.
A lot. I'm just saying because I'm seeing guards who play against other teams is not dropping 30 points. Any guard that's playing against us, they average. I guarantee you, they probably average more than 20 points if they're playing against us. They're gonna have a good night playing against us because we are
Right.
leaving them wide, but either from 3 off the screen for a mid range, whatever it is. All I'm saying is this: most likely it'd be better to play the young guys. That way, it can push the tempo with the team and just it's more fluent freestyle. And not more importantly, is teams are not going to game plan off of rookies. They don't have a
Right.
set of game. They're not going to have a set of film. And the more you play them, the more they have to get comfortable. Of course, they're going to make mistakes. But Gibson, go ahead. I'm just at this point. If I keep going, I'm gonna keep going because there's a lot of things I can talk about.
Go ahead, Gibson. And then we're gonna go back to Dr. Smith. Go ahead, Gibson.
Greetings to everyone in the chat. Greetings to you, Amber, the president, Mr. Smith, the Godfather, CJ. I appreciate it. And Amber, I don't know what to say. I lost for word. I just turned the game off. I walked out. I say, man, forget this team. This team is
He
trash.
said, "Forget this thing." Go ahead, Gibson.
I was so frustrated, Amber, that I don't know what else do this team have to do. It's like everybody in the league could beat the Bucks.
Man.
It's like everybody in the league could beat the Bucks. You know why? Our star players them don't play together. Every time I see Giannis bringing up that ball, it hurt my head. Every time he hold that ball, team sending 6 or 7 man at him. Why? You don't want to play off the ball. You don't want to make the adjustment. You don't want to let Dame run the offense. You running up the ball, stop taking funny shots, jacking up threes. Nobody. It just frustrating. Amber watching this team. It's like this team do not learn at all. They don't learn. They don't learn. They don't learn. They come back every year and do the same thing and do the same thing and do the same thing and do the same thing. We got a big 7-foot giant on the floor. He don't want to grab no rebounds. He want to shoot trees all day, every day. It's terrible, Amber.
Right.
No adjustment. I am getting so frustrated watching this team. I done make up my mind now. Anytime the Bucks play, I will not watch any game with them because it's getting frustrated, Amber. It is getting
It's
very.
early in the season though, Gibson. We gotta get some time to get it together. But I am concerned. I'm not gonna hold you. I am concerned. We should have been
Amber,
playing with a sense of urgency from the gate. You would think with some
Right.
people spitting in your face like that and kicking your back in that you come out with some purpose. Now I see
Am-
individual players come into play. Like I said, Torian Prince has played well so far. Gary Trent has played well. Giannis considering has played well. Dame has played well, but the team as a whole has not played well. There's too many mental lapses for a team of this age. A team of this age is supposed to be higher basketball IQ. We're supposed to be
Yeah.
able to outthink teams, these younger teams. They're outthinking us. That's what's concerning. We're being outsmarted by younger teams. It's concerning. Go ahead, Gibson.
yeah, what really bothered me, right? And the Bucks still don't learn. There's no way you should allow Cam Thomas to drop all those points. Cam Thomas and Dennis Schroeder almost have 30 points
A
against
piece,
Damian.
man. That just looked like last year. That's what I'm saying.
That's
That
a,
looked like last year. The guards
that
going
Right.
is
off
not
on us.
that
Right.
is not a good sign. every team would play against the Bucks, you have fellas them dropping big numbers. It never supposed to be like that. Only if Giannis learn how to get his
Facts.
teammates involved. You have to get them involved. You cannot be the hero for the team. You are surrounded by other players to help to make your game more easier. Let's take for an example when Michael Jordan was playing for the Chicago Bulls in the 90s. He made sure that he did not carry all the scoring load. He made sure he got his role players involved. And Giannis do not do that. He want to hold the ball. He do not want to pass the ball to stop the jack up silly threes. That's why teams say, okay, we can let him shoot because he is not going to make them. What I want this Bucks team to do, they have to play together and come together as a collective unit,
Agreed.
and we will need to find out what is the concern. Why is Middleton is not ready to play yet? If he cannot play, they might as well go and trade him. Get this over because this is becoming a bunch of foolishness for this organization. You cannot be babying up Middleton. If he is not making any sense, let's try to see if we could get someone for him to come to this team. Because, like what your guys said, we need all hands on deck. Dame and Giannis can't do it while this other team is loaded. We can't beat no other teams like because
Right.
we need the whole squad. So if Middleton is not ready to play, I think what John Ross need to do, find other teams involved and make a trade and get somebody who can help this team. Because there's no way other teams supposed to be we supposed to be barely struggling against Brooklyn and Chicago, man. I mean,
Right.
that's frustrating. It's frustrating. It is a frustrating. I'm with Mr. Smith. It's frustrating, Mr. Smith. Chief of Dark Rivers hire you and Mr. Fool to help coach this team because he's lost his head.
They need something. They need something. Oh, you, Dr. Smith, go ahead. What's your how you feeling about everything that's being said so far?
I
What
think
up,
it's a
B
lot of
Shack?
good points. I think my issue again is that scheme. Scheme, I think when you connect guys together, and honestly, even if they were working on things in the in training camp, and I don't see a conceivable world where that wasn't happening, right? That's going to take time because that's going to fix a lot of these issues, right? Guys being connected. Um, I for example, I saw a play where Damian was throwing the ball to a corner where either Torian Prince or Gary Trent was supposed to be, and the ball just sailed right out of bounds because the person didn't know where he was supposed to be. Dame, for his part, didn't even look when he threw the ball. So just threw the ball to a spot. That kind of stuff fixes itself with time, with continuity, and with scheme. But there's certain rules, I think, in schemes that I would like to see us implement, right? I don't know if Giannis shot any threes today. Did that happen? I wasn't. Did he shoot any threes today?
Hold on, let me. I want to confirm. No, he didn't shoot any threes today.
All right, so that's a hard rule then that needs to be
Right.
implemented and maintained. No more threes for you for good. I don't want to ever see you shoot another three. You're just not a good enough shooter. I love Giannis. He's my favorite player in the game. He has his limitations. And that doesn't necessarily mean that he's a poor player, but that means that we have to work a scheme around his limitations, right? I don't want to see him bringing the ball up as much as he does. I don't want to completely rule that out, but I don't want to see him bringing the ball up as much as he does. Because I
Agreed.
think the ball's in someone else's hands gets us into our offense quicker, right? If he's not going to be out on the elbow, then I need him to give the ball to someone and for him to get into advantageous spots for us rather than him bring the ball up and now I have to go and find my spot. Because the fact is, he's not a good enough shooter to shoot any mid-range shots. Whatever was supposed to happen in the season, in the off season, that was supposed to help the shot, it didn't happen yet. Now it's way too early to say that he's not going to get a shot, but right now he does not have it,
Right.
which is extremely frustrating. So if you don't have it, then you need to get to your spot and get the ball into the hands of the people who do, because it's hurting us. And it's difficult, right? Because the only way that you get a good shot is if you actually start shooting the ball. Like you can't just, You know what I mean? So I want to see him continue that elbow shot, shooting from the elbow, like the 2 dribbles, walk up. I want to see him doing that. That I don't want him to give up. But the bringing the ball up as much as possible, no, I don't want to see that. I think there's certain times when it's advantageous for us. He's the best open court scorer of the ball that I think I've ever seen, right? And so if it's a fast break opportunity, yes, get him the ball. Run down the middle, get him the ball. That's when I want to see it. But this stuff that I've seen in the last 2 games where he's bringing the ball up and he's letting the ball roll and all that kind of stuff, that
Yeah, I
means you're
don't
the
like that. I don't like that.
but it also means that you're the initiator of the offense. That means that he is now going up against a set defense. That then it's not to our advantage that he's doing that.
Right. I agree.
Someone else needs to be doing that. If the defense is so set that the ball is now rolling, then I don't want him handling that ball. Now
Right.
I know that Doc Rivers has forgotten more about basketball than I know, but that to me seems to be a thing. I think you need to not. I think the ball needs to be in your point guard's hands more than it is. For Damien's part, I need Damien to stop turning the damn ball over, bro.
I agree.
Stop it. Stop. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, enough is enough, man. Now, we are arguing on your behalf. I actually think he's the most impressive player so far.
Right, but he
But
got to
he's
turn the
turning the
ball. But
ball over.
yeah, turn the ball over. Let's see how many he had. Hold on. Go 1 second, Gibson. Let me just get No Strays, our favorite op. Appreciate you, No Strays, a $4.99 super chat. Peace to the panel. Let me start the season off right by congratulating the Bucks on their amazing win streak of check notes 1 game. Ha ha ha. Peace. All right, bro. You know what? We can't say nothing to you. The joke should come.
Team.
The joke should come. Go ahead, Gibson. The joke should come. Hey, CJ, let me tap you out for a minute. Let me tap in B Shack, bro. All right, appreciate you, CJ.
Amber and Mr. Smith, my biggest concern is right, Amber. And when I look at how other teams around the league play, number one, the teams they are well disciplined. This Milwaukee Bucks team is not disciplined at all. They are not disciplined. What they need to do, if I was the coaching this team, you know what I would do? I would have bring one whip. Every time you turn that ball over, you would get a whip. I would have whipped
Jesus.
them behind.
Jesus.
I would have whipped every last one of them behind the night. And I would have tell them, say, listen here, what you all doing over there? Y'all want to win the championship? I would have, Amber and Mr. Smith and Bishop, I would have whipped every last one in there behind. They would have to walk from Brooklyn to Boston. I would have made them, every one of them would walk. And, and, and Giannis, I've been preaching this on this panel too many times, so many times. You are not the point guard. Someone needs to sit him down and talk to him and say, man, listen here. Let Dame run the show. You have to let Dame run the show. Dame have to run the show. If Dame have the ball in his hand, you have less crowd on you. Every time Giannis touch that ball, Brooklyn send 5 or 6 fellas at Giannis. Double teaming him. Keep up the ball. They don't figure you out. If we shut Giannis down, we could beat this team. And that's what they did. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Mr. Bishop.
Listen, I was scared to come on here tonight because I know how the chat feels about what I'm about to say, but I see folks in the chat want me to say something.
Right. No, they want you to say what you need to
Mr.
say,
Cool,
B-Shack.
Mr. Cool said it the other night. Gibson, Daniel said it. Gibson, you are 1,000% right. Mr. Smith is touched on it as well. I watched this game with the sound mostly off, riding from South Carolina down to, well, I was in Florida, probably from like Jacksonville all the way down to Fort Lauderdale. I was watching this game. And no sound. I am telling you what the defense is a problem. But what is killing the spirit of this team right now is Giannis with the ball in his hand. I'm telling you, the last time they had press conferences after the last game, everybody was saying we need to trust our teammates. We need to trust. When they say we, they were talking about Giannis.
Right.
We need to trust our teammates. When the best player, your all-star, your MVP, refuses to change, nobody really wants to check him. And everyone is like, you almost feel like sometimes they force him the ball because they know he's calling for it, he's a starter team. But what's killing them is when they shoot, when they make a shot, he's bringing the ball up against a set defense. It does not work. He has
Right.
some of the lowest isolation success rate in the NBA last year. It doesn't work. Giannis, if it's a fast break, if the team misses, it's an outlet, he's one of the most devastating players in NBA history.
Right.
But it benefits us 0% for him to walk the ball up. And Dame holds the ball, has his hands out, then puts his hand down real quick because he knows Giannis ain't going to give it to him, or he don't want to show Giannis up.
Right,
Somebody
exactly.
needs to grab Giannis
Exactly.
and say, yo, give the ball to Dame, man. Get
He
down
did it
in
in
the...
game one. But that's the thing.
That's
He
what he
did it
did.
in game. He
Game
did
one,
it
he
in
did
game
it.
one.
He did it. Get down in the post. Get down in the elbow. Move, rotate, set some screens. Get down there. Why are you trying to work so hard? What are you trying to prove? It looks like he's trying to prove something, man. And it's killing the team. And I'm telling you, this is a crossroads in his career right now. Because I remember Kendrick Perkins, who he's always saying stuff, but he said this summer. He said, "Yo, Giannis is going to have to adjust. Giannis is the one that's going to have to adjust. He's going to have to humble himself. He's going to have to adjust." And I see how much of a problem it is when he does it. I'm telling you, this is the key. All these shooters, they are ready to get in rhythm. They're ready to warm up. They get deflated, man. When he's doing this stuff with the ball needs to be moving. It don't need to get stuck. No one needs to pound the ball. And I love Giannis. I love Giannis, but I don't know what's going on with him mentally, man. I don't know what's happening right now. Something is wrong.
We'll
I have
go to
something
Mr.
to
Smith,
Something's
then to go to
wrong.
you, Gibson, after Mr. Smith. Go ahead, Mr. Smith.
I honestly don't think, because I see it in the chat as well, right? I see the what. I see Giannis bringing the ball up. That's the what. The why, I don't know that I agree that it's his ego. I think, and this is what I've seen last year, right? I've seen a number of different videos who were going on about this, right? Guys who were drawing up plays. For whatever reason, and I'm just using the pick and roll as an example because I don't think that's the be all end all of good offense, right? I think there's a lot of different ways that you can attack a defense, right? But for whatever reason, we all just assumed that Damian and Giannis, because they've been playing basketball for most of their lives, it would just automatically click in place. And for whatever reason, with all of their basketball knowledge, it didn't, right? And so they needed to have been shown how to do that, the mechanics of how to do this. And it needs to build it up from the grassroots. Okay, we thought for whatever reason, we assumed for whatever reason that you would already know how to do this. And it has not worked. So we are going to show you in a fundamental way how this action needs to take place. And if a defense responds to you in this way, then you are going to counterreact in this way. And we're not even going to load the plate in the very beginning. We'll show you one initial action, two counters to any kind of defense that's coming to you. A guy made a video on how if you had the pick and roll where Giannis is looking in one direction and he has his shooters in front of him, then it's easier for him to pass versus him having to stop and make a pass behind him and turn around. Just like the basics, right? And we're going to flesh out what I want you to do. And that's going to be your classroom session. And then what we're going to do is we're going to rep this until it's a matter of muscle memory. And you're going to do it again and again and again and again and again and again. And if practice ends at 4, then your practice finishes at 8:30 tonight because we need. And I'm dead ass. Because we need. This is for us to catch up to the teams that already have that synergy in place. Then we have to play catch up, right? So this is like school where you have to come in on Saturdays. I had to back in the day. I had to
Right,
come in on
same.
Saturday, stay
Here's my
behind school, and you need
Brother.
to put in the extra work to focus. And what I'm not seeing is any kind of offense, right? Because I don't see a ton of moving off the ball. I saw one game where I saw some interesting back screens. And what I'm seeing now is the Mike Tyson thing. Everyone has a plan until you get punched in the
The
mouth,
mouth, yeah.
and you revert right back to your ingrained habits, the things
But
that
you
are
know
a
something,
matter of
Mr.
month.
Smith? You know something though? This must be a great coaching staff. They brought Darwin Ham back. They got my man on the defense was a Buckner.
Yeah, Buckner, Greg Buckner. Yeah.
I mean, they got like 4 former head coaches on the squad. But here's the problem. I don't care how great the coaching is. If if you if you don't check a player, they say Greg Popovich got a lot of respect because he used to check his best players, including Tim Duncan.
Right.
If the players are like, yo, what Doc, coach, what y'all doing about this? This ain't what we practice.
Right.
They're going. Let me tell you, this team will unravel. They'll lose respect for the coaches. This thing will implode because we all know that the pressure is on this year.
Right.
If they don't fix this thing quick, it's going to implode, man. It's
They're gonna
going to
yeah,
implode. I'm
they're gonna
telling
blow
you.
up this team. They'll blow up this
So
whole
that's the thing.
roster.
So that's the thing. Like I do feel like and that's the other thing, right? I think that there's a lot of pressure on the
Yep.
outside that it has the ability to fray edges maybe a little bit quicker than another team would get frayed, right?
Right.
I don't know enough about what's going on behind scenes, and I see Mr. Cool responding as well. I don't know enough of what's going on behind the scenes to feel like the problem is that no one is checking Giannis or no one is checking Dame, right? Because
Right.
Giannis is not one with error. Like we just talked about, Dame has got too many
Turnovers.
damn turnovers.
True. That's
Too
true.
many damn
That's true.
turnovers. He's starting to look like Jordan Love out there.
Right.
You are a point guard that's been in this league for over a decade.
Still making dumb turnovers.
Passing the ball doing stuff like passing the ball and not even looking where you're passing the ball. I understand that the offense is set up in such a way that when the offense is really clicking on, you should be able to blindfold people and I should be able to make a pass because I'm passing to a spot on the court and I'm depending on my players to be in that place. Now, a couple of times I've seen in this game where the players are not that. So I honestly, and this is my honest feeling on this, I don't think at this point the players have given us enough evidence to say that it's an ego problem. I think the problem that I'm seeing is that it's early in the season and whatever system that they were implementing has not, like the cement has not dried yet. And so anytime a team smacks somebody in the mouth, they revert back to old habits, right? Habits like, for example, not including Brook in a pick and
I
roll
got you 1
offense.
second, Gibson.
I'm tired of not seeing that. You said that this was going to happen. This can
It
help
works.
you get
Right.
I'm still seeing Brook pick and pop. So for me, if I'm a coach, every time I see that, timeout. Brook, where are you supposed to be, bro? Because I know it's not an ego.
That's what I'm saying. Where's the accountability? I haven't seen anyone get snatched up. Go.
The extra pass, right? Where I'm seeing someone, whoever gets the pick, sometimes I'll see a back screen. Sometimes I won't see a back screen. Timeout. Who's on the wing? Where are you supposed to be? If your player is right there, if your defender is right there, that would interrupt that corner three, where are you supposed to be running right now? Why aren't you doing it?
Right.
Everyone do stadiums until that happens. Everyone run up to the top of the stadium and come back. And when you get back down to the court, run back up to the top and come back. And you'll play
But Mr.
tight.
Smith, that's why we need Chris.
Yep.
That's why we need Chris.
He's a
Chris is the
stabilizer.
one dude that will grab a guy by the jersey. Be like, yo, what you doing? And he'll be pointing at the court, like showing dudes up. Right now, people making mistakes, and everyone got their head down. No, you need to get in someone's face and say, yo, let's go. Get your man. You ain't supposed to be in that spot. You're supposed to be over here. Chris, I'm starting to believe, I hate to say it, I need Chris to come save the season, man.
Bro, that's what I was saying from the beginning. People talking about we don't need him during the regular season.
That's gonna make me a toxic
fan. His IQ. We need his IQ, man.
That's gonna make me a toxic fan. I'm gonna tell you why, right? Because I fell for it. I fell for it just like we all did, right? That Chris is gonna be ready by the time training camp starts, and once again, same old story, right? The common sense in me should have known, especially if I work in the medical field. The common sense in me should have known you can't come back from double ankle surgery that soon. Why am I listening to anything that's coming out of this camp? Like it didn't pass.
Right.
Like
Shout out to Paz. Paz told us in the Paz told us in the offseason, he's like, Doc is a liar. Never listen to it. He's like a politician. We laugh. Now we see that all to be true. Shout out to Paz. You let us know a long time ago. We didn't want to believe
But it was
you.
also Chris who was saying, "No, I'm good. Bro, whatever keeps happening."
Oh, yeah, you are right about that.
Delays. Yeah. Whatever keeps happening that causes these, I'm not even going to say delays, right? No one should have expected you back. And it's made me angry that the reporting on this changed people's expectations so that when you don't come back at this earlier time, now people are upset. If you would have just said the man came back from double ankle surgery, do not expect him to maybe the middle of November. What we're trying to do is to make it so he doesn't do the rebound thing, right? But we don't want to see him be a Joel Embiid where you come back, then you go, come back, and then you go. And then the next time he comes back, we want him to stay in. Here's the thing, right? Yes, we miss Chris's IQ. We miss Chris grabbing people by the jersey. More than anything, we miss his generalship of the court, right? He is a steward of the court. But if we are so hung up on one player, then just watch the Packers.
Right.
Because we're done. Right? We have to find that production either by committee or by scheme from other people. What I'm seeing is that these new nuances that they've implemented into the offense, if they've even done it, either the cement hasn't dried or Doc is telling the complete truth that he did not really do a whole lot in the way of implementing an offensive system. That bothers me because that would help, because that gets people into their places. These guys look like very often they don't know what to do in certain situations, right?
Thank you.
Basketball is a fluid sport, right? Everything is not going to come in a set play. Like certain things you have to, you have to know how to read and react and problem solve. We're not doing a lot of good problem solving on the court. So when the game becomes more fluid, we are kind of behind the eight ball as far as that's concerned. So we need to lean into scheme maybe more than some of these other teams do. You need to really, really, really work on scheming some of these guys open, right? AJ Green is not taking anybody off the dribble and scoring anything. Pat Connaughton is not taking anyone off the dribble and scoring anything. None of them, right? Quite honestly, Gary Trent isn't going to do a whole lot of taking people off the dribble and scoring, right? These guys, your scoring is going to come from back cuts, from
running an offense.
Running an offense, that's where your points are going to come from. From a system, from a structured system, a system where we say, not just on offense, but on defense as well. Here's the thing. If whoever is shooting a three, you need to sprint back to the other end of the court so that we have a defender in the backfield, very much like an over-the-top safety. Because if I see somebody else take the ball out of the net, the opposing team, and then beat us down the court with a pass again, I'm going to scream. I'm
Right.
trying to keep it together in this chat. I'm going to scream the next time I see that, because no one is back, because that hasn't been drilled into our heads to get back on defense. You shoot the three, you sprint back. You are now the last line of defense. And if we get an offensive rebound, then you can come back up into play. But your primary spot is to run back on defense so that you are the last line of defense, right there in the middle of the court. So if they throw to a corner, you can go over there like
Right.
Xavier McKinney and be a first line of defense and wait for our team to get back. Because when we set up our defense, we're not terrible. We haven't been as good as I would like, but we're not terrible. Where these guys are really scoring on us is they're outrunning us. Because once again, we don't have guys that can get back. Brooks should not be your last line of defense if everyone on the court can outrun Brooks. That's it. That's it. If that's your plan, it's a poor plan.
One second. I want Gibson to get his comment. 1 second. Let me just get the super chat. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Appreciate the $4.99 super chat to our favorite op, No Strays, ENT. Bucks playing 5 versus 4 with Ben Simmons on the floor and still couldn't keep the game close. Let's say a prayer for tomorrow's funeral. Amen. Say man. Hey, come on, bro. But low key, that's unfortunate but true.
I get a few questions I would like to say just to touch on what Bishak said. Mr. Bishak and Dr. Smith, I was saying that long time. The minute I see Giannis bringing up that ball, I say it's a wrap. It's a wrap. There's no way. See, when you look at how other teams play, who do you see on the other team bringing up their ball? You don't see their best player bringing up the ball. You see their point guard bringing up the ball. And see, we got to blame Jason Kidd for that. He installed that into Giannis. You remember when he was coaching down here in Milwaukee? He wanted to make Giannis a point guard. It was not going to work. And Giannis
It worked. No, but
refused.
see, I think it worked at the time.
Yeah.
It did, right? What they have to do now is understand that that is not, like, Giannis physically isn't even the same player then. Like, he
Right.
was a small player
Exactly.
then. You know what I mean? Like, he's a believable center / power forward in certain sets, right? The structure, right? Everyone needs to realize that Giannis bringing the ball up, this is not the same offense, man. Michael Redd ain't here.
Right.
But just like
Jason
Kidd said, you are a point guard. Another coach has to say, you're not a point guard.
That's what it is. That's what it's supposed to be.
Or there's certain situations, and you just have to get better at identifying the situation. Like we had said it before. If it's a fast break, I do want Giannis with the ball in his hand. That's a guaranteed 2
Absolutely.
points. If it's a fast break. But anytime that the defense is already set up, no, I don't want you doing that. I don't want you doing that. You don't have a good enough shot to walk up and shoot the ball. You're not going to threaten them. They're always going to drop back off of you. They don't even need to defend it because you don't shoot it with enough regularity. Every now and then it'll go in, but it's not enough with enough regularity that you're going to change the face of that defense. You're not going to change their approach. You then need to give the ball to someone who will change it. Or if you bring the ball up, as soon as you get across the half court, someone set a pick, Dame, go violently take the ball away if you have to. And push this man down in the post. Or into an offensive set. It's not always going to be in the post, but into an offensive set.
We're going to need a little bit of a brain transplant between Giannis and LeBron. Because all the stuff you described, Mr. Smith, is the stuff LeBron calculates every game. And I think you have Giannis is an extreme, wonderful athlete. He's a great player. But what is missing, I feel, again, he's my favorite player. You do not hear people talking about Giannis's high IQ. And I think, I know we don't like to hear it, but he makes too many plays that would suggest that that mental part is missing a little bit.
It's a conditioning thing as well, right? LeBron his entire career was asked to do what he's being asked to do now, which is to be the brain trust and the think tank on the basketball teams that he's played on. He was that guy even when he had Dwayne Wade, who was one of the smartest basketball players that I've seen. He was that guy when he had Kyrie Irving, right? I think that when you ask Giannis to do a certain thing for the entirety of his career, so that's the thing. I think what we're seeing now is the strength of conditioning, right? Because he was conditioned for a very long time to do exactly what he's doing now. I think it would work better if he had a better distance shot, a better mid-range shot, but he doesn't have it. So I think he absolutely still has amazing utility, but I think that there are ways to get the most out of him. And I honestly, look, like I said, I'm disappointed in these first couple of games, but it is still an 82 game season, right? So I don't want to jump off the roof. The building is not burning
It's
yet,
not
right?
jumping off the roof. I just think now we just got to be kind of honest as far as Giannis could be slowing down. He could be on the other side of his prime. That's why he has to think more through the game now versus before using his
Sure,
athleticism. I'm just
sure.
keeping it real. And now it's being exposed because he's not quite as fast as he once was. He doesn't jump quite as high as he once was. So now he has to think his way through the game and he's having a little bit of problems because before it could just happen. And I'll use a boxing analogy, kind of like you did, Mr. Smith. When you use B-Hop, I compare Giannis to Roy Jones. Roy Jones had unbelievable reflexes, unbelievable athleticism. He could defy all the laws of gravity within boxing because of
No
his athleticism.
fundamentals.
But soon as that slowed down, he started getting knocked out because he couldn't adjust to not having that athleticism anymore. And he was getting put to sleep. And I feel like Giannis has to figure out an adjustment like B-Hop. B-Hop adjusted because he was a savant of the game. He understood
Oh,
boxing. He understood distance.
yeah,
And, and,
absolutely.
and I think that's what the
It's time.
problem we're having. Giannis needs to evolve in the second part. He's officially in the second chapter of his career, and he needs to evolve to a different type of player. And I don't know if he's struggling with that or he doesn't see that, but he needs to adjust just because his body isn't the same. He's not the same player.
Certain things that certain so Giannis, the person that I'm gonna compare him to, he's infinitely better than, right? But you remember what Vince Carter looked like when he first started playing,
Right.
right? Vince dunk over everybody. You could go play
Right.
defense, right, step ladder, and be up, and he would still dunk over you, right? When Vince Carter got to a certain age, when the hops just weren't there anymore, Vince Carter found a shot. He always had a shot, but he really leaned into that
Right.
shot a little bit more, right? Again, without that, I don't think that Giannis is a bad player. I do think that I need whoever is in charge to do a better job at showing someone, giving someone the roadmap of how to navigate through certain situations on the court instead of just constantly leaning into what you used to do in the past. Because teams are finding it very easier, we'll put it that way, to defend everyone else. Now, you will always get your numbers, but other people in the process are taken out of the game. It's not a you thing at this point. You're making the Bucks easier to defend. Maybe not necessarily
Right.
Giannis. Giannis is always going to get his points, but the Bucks become easier to
Yep,
defend. We
that's it.
don't into the sets more. Now, again, the reason why I said it's still earlier in the season and the building is not burning down is perspective, right? They did not have an offensive set built in last year. They didn't. Whatever touches Doc came with was just to stop the bleeding, right? And so essentially this is still a new team, right? Defensively, it's still a new team. These guys are prideful people. They're 1-2. They'll probably be 1-3 tomorrow. I don't,
Right.
I definitely it would be tweeted if they beat Boston, but no one in their right mind thinks that we could beat Boston right now. Not the way that we're playing, right? So we'll be 1-3 to start the season, with our only note of win being against a Philly team that was missing its top two players. Your pride is going to be hurt. Right now,
Well,
it's hurt. The pride of the Bucks fan base is hurt. I find no better motivator as far as going back to the drawing board than something like that. So I do still have faith that these guys will figure it out. It's just taking a little bit longer than we've liked. I think we all wanted them to come out of the gates like tongue pole,
Right.
you know, close knee and
Shout out
headbutt
to
people,
Blood Sport.
right? Just wanted to just kind of, you know what I mean? And it just hasn't happened that way. It's disappointing. It's disappointing. These are the movies of my youth, by the way, right? But
Hey, I'm with you. I know what you're talking about. I'm picking
right,
up what you're
it's
putting
great
down.
what I was saying. I think yeah, and that's disappointing. It's disappointing for our expectations. But I said in the very beginning of the season, and I'm going to lean back into my advice because I'm having to listen to it myself now. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. It's an 82 game season. This is a new team. You got guys who are. It's still going to be difficult. I see them working, having some success with that pick and roll. The light bulb is starting to go on. It's just certain moments. I think we're not getting better
Right.
or progressing, and I think we're hyper focused right now on Giannis because he is the star of the team. But to me, what I find upsetting is that some of the players that I was told that I was going to get production from, I don't even know how you're on an NBA team right now. I don't know how AJ Green's on an NBA team right now. That's how poorly he's playing.
Right.
He's nothing on defense. He is a nothing on offense. Now, I
Right.
don't think that that's going to last, but there's a couple of people that need to step it up. There's certain players that we can't even use because they're even worse than AJ Green. We
Wow.
can't even use
Right.
Marjan. We can't even
so
use Ajax. You
Right.
know what I mean? The only thing that we would have you in there is athleticism. But if the problem is not knowing where you're supposed to be, then those guys are not going to solve it. Those guys are not the people to put them in. We need time. That cement needs to dry. We'll be all right. It's going to be rough in the beginning, though.
and
I'm
Gibson,
with you.
I saw Gibson was trying to say something.
Go ahead, Gibson.
My point is, right, and Rishak and Mr. Smith is that they need to have a sit down with Giannis. Somebody have to hold this guy accountable. He have to be held accountable, man. He have to adjust his game because when I watch when Shaq and Kobe used to play, Shaq never bring up the ball. Shaq always was in the post. And we wondered why today the league has been changed that no big men want to play in the post anymore. All the big men them want to shoot threes. They want to shoot threes. They switched again. Go back to the drawing board. If Giannis want, he could go and get advice. Put your pride to the side. Put your ego and pride to the side. Elijah one is your countryman. He is from Nigeria. You see how dominant he was? Why you can't be dominant like that? Wake on your game. I said it the last time if Giannis would just take time, leave those feeble World Cup things them alone. Put them to the side and wait to see how you could wake on your game. Just on your game in the summer. You say, you know what? I ain't gotta participate with Greece this year. Let me just stay here and get a suitable coach and help
But
me wake on a jump shot. That will be the only problem. He want to
yeah,
do this. He want to compete. That's what hurting the team. You ain't even going to wake with them in the off season. I was pissed. Pissed.
yeah,
You lied to the people. You said, oh, you're going to wake with them. I'm going to go in Portland, this and that. You're going to spend time with. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing
Hold
never
on one
happened.
second, Gibson. Let me get Monalando super chat. Hold on one second. Appreciate the $5 super chat, Monalando. Doc looked like he's a substitute teacher whose assignment is to pick up where the other coach who got fired left off. LeBron and Giannis looking similar. Interesting. Let me get your other one here. Hold on one second. Then we're gonna get back into it. Appreciate the $2 super chat, Monalando. I missed the old school basketball. I'm sick of 3-pointers. Yeah, I feel you on that. I've been saying that. I feel you.
I would.
Go
let
go
me,
ahead. Go ahead, Josh Smith.
We're not even at game 5 though.
Right.
But not even at game 5. It's 82 games, right? I do hear you, Gibson. That was my first response too. And I'm not saying this about anyone else. I'm saying this about myself. I'm a selfish Bucks fan. So I wanted Giannis strictly for no other reason than the fact that he ended the season injured. I just wanted you to heal, brother. You know what I mean? Yes, I wanted you to work with Dame. I wanted you to heal. You got an opportunity to play in an Olympics. This ain't just like a FIBA World Championship. Did you know that Giannis is the first black man to be a flag bearer for his country? I can't short you for that. I can't stop you for that, right? There was time before the Olympics started to go out there to Greece. Dame didn't go.
Right.
Giannis has his obligations. He has to be where he's got to be. Dame didn't go. And I'm not blaming Dame because I know it was Operation Clean Up Your Life
Right.
as far as the offseason is
Right.
concerned,
True.
right?
Very true.
So, right? It's when Giannis came back, Giannis got married. You don't think that's important? Just ask Dame what not having a settled personal life looks
Right.
like.
What it do to you? Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just by circumstance. What that meant was, yes, we were a little bit behind. What that also meant was that we didn't have the extra credit time to get things going. Like the coming in on Saturdays, the staying after school. That was the time to do it. We didn't have it. It does not mean that all is lost because we don't look good in the first 3 games, right? I think, honestly, this is a better motivator than anything that we're going to say. Because all I would do is turn on the TV, if I'm the coach, and say, all of you people look like ass.
Yep. Yeah, no, that is. Yeah, that's true.
As simple as that.
Well,
all of the stuff that you're hearing about in the media right now, you're making them out to be true.
Yeah.
The big loudmouths like Kendrick, who barely knows basketball, he's on ESPN just because he's got colorful commentary. You're making him out to be true. What are you gonna do about it?
That's true.
Because
That's true.
you know what I'm
Well,
saying?
well, let me say a couple things. I've been waiting a little bit. Let me say this. First of all, Giannis knows. He said it the other night. He said, I have to shoot the mid range because I'm getting older. And I have to start changing because I can't keep taking this beating on my body. He has an awareness that he has to add variety to his game. He knows that. The problem is, and I said this before, I'm gonna say it again, and I don't care if I stand by myself. I've always been critical of the way Giannis prepares. I do not think real ball players can be 90% isolation in the gym. Real ball players do play pickup as well in the summer because it teaches them to operate instinctively. I'm from New York. I played a lot of ball. That's what ball players do. And I think he may play pickup with his teammates some. I'm talking about finding some place where he can really play pickup. I think that's part of why, when it doesn't translate from practice to the game, because that in between practice and like games is pickup. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna say that. My concern also is about tomorrow night. Because psychologically, emotionally, I know it's early, but remember, I'm the dude that's been talking about all summer. A quick start, a good start was imperative for this team because of all the stuff that's going on. If they get waxed tomorrow night, the question then becomes, the question is going to be asked, it's going to be everywhere, about breaking this team up. It's going to cause them to wonder if they're good enough. And what they need, even if they can't win tomorrow night, they've got to play hard.
They got to compete.
They have to make it competitive. If they lie down like dirty dogs, I will, my restraint will go out the window because there's no excuse. There's no excuse for lying down tomorrow night. You play with pride and you play hard. Even if you don't win, play with pride and play hard.
I agree.
And the last thing I'm going to say, what do y'all think the chances that Chris makes a dramatic appearance tomorrow?
None. Zero.
Chris
He's
said
not
like
playing
like like like
tomorrow.
Mrs. Smith. What did you say? I believe that mid-November. I like that. I think about mid-November.
I wish they would have just said that to begin with, though. Look, I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think. Look, I honestly think that the Bulls and Brooklyn were exactly the type of teams that could get that kind of effort out of the Bucks. Because if there's one enduring thing about the Bucks is that they don't get up for every game.
Right.
They don't, right? And that's something that we remember from last season, right? So
Correct.
some found their way into this season. Where I've never seen them lack effort, if effort is an issue, is against the Celtics. I've
Right.
never seen effort against them because they know that even when the Celtics weren't the champs, they know that the East goes through the Celtics. I've never seen them lack effort. What I'm seeing them lack
You're right.
is know-how. Know-how. Like, if we are in certain situations, what am I supposed to do? And that's supposed to be like the strength of the system. I have faith. I don't want people to panic because I know guys are upset. There's a lot of panicking in the chat. I'm not happy. Stop
Right.
panicking. We haven't even got to game 5 yet. Stop panicking. It's going to be a work in process or in progress. We are still getting the system together. There are certain things that we've seen, but the light bulb is not going to go off immediately. You'll see it blinking. And then slowly but surely that it'll blink a little bit longer and then it'll go off. And then a little bit longer. And then all of a sudden, here's my prediction. At about game 20, and I know that might be like way too long for some people, but about game 20, I think we'll be humming. But before then, I think it'll be in spurts.
Okay.
Right? It'll be blinking. I do think Chris coming back helps, but I don't, with all due respect to Chris, because I'm trying not to be a toxic fan when he's concerned, I don't care to talk about someone who's not on the court. When Chris rejoins the team, that's when you're a Milwaukee Buck. Until then, what sneakers does he have on? Where can I get him? Because he always looks fly with the sneaker game, right? That is Chris Middleton's place on the team. He's our fashion model. I know that he wants to be out there. He's not out there. That's it. Just whatever, right? You know what I mean? The rest of the team needs to step up in his absence. The good news is some of this stuff is effort-based.
Correct.
It's effort-based. Now, as infuriating as that to me is an easier thing to fix. So if I'm looking at a Torian Prince, someone that said he's playing well, I wish he would play well all the time because there's some moments when he looks good, and there's some moments when you want to like light a fire under his backside. Why are you trailing the play? Like if as the last line of defense, why are people getting over top of you, being able to make those passes without any contest from you? Get back on defense, please. Like, you know what I mean? Like certain things. I think we'll be okay. I do think we'll be okay. Stop panicking, guys. It's
I'm
a
with
work.
you. Hey, like Aaron Rodgers just say, relax. But we want to see greatness from this team. But I'm with you. Let's give them some time. We're gonna give some time. Well, we're gonna wrap this up in a minute. Let's go to Gibson, and then we're gonna go to B Shack. Go ahead, Gibson.
Boy, like Mr. Smith, like what you said and Bisha is a very good point. I just want tomorrow. I want them guys him to come out and learn from this man. I need everyone to sit down and learn about this. Say we can't have this. This ain't what we want it to be. We have to come out and play hard. We have to compete. We going against the champs tomorrow. We gotta get it together. And I'm with killing this team. There's too much turnovers, man. The turnovers. Nobody taking care of basketball. It's just like they turning the ball over too much, and dog need to hold fellas accountable. That's all you gotta hold fellas accountable. You make a silly mistake, I have to bench you. You coming out the game, and you would sit on the bench, and I put someone in your space. It's plain and simple. They just need to tell Giannis you cannot be bringing up the ball. You catch the ball down, you find your point guard, and you make your way. You rotate and find your spot, and he feed you. But bringing up that ball and turning the ball over, that is not called for him. So I just pray tomorrow they come with the urgency, the energy to play hard for 48 minutes. That's all I have to say, Mr. Smith,
Appreciate you,
Doctor.
Gibson. And then you said you had some last words. Go ahead, B Shack.
I forgive me if I was a little too passionate tonight,
Absolutely not.
but
What?
Yeah.
I just didn't like what I saw. But let me say this to the coaching staff: I thought it was a mistake, a miscalculation, all through preseason. Oh, we didn't put any offense in. We just put a shell in. We
You're
just
right.
put what were you waiting for?
Right.
Now we see the effect of not installing an offense in the preseason.
It's crazy.
I don't know what the calculus was, but that didn't make any sense because I think it's showing now that they're playing catch up for some reason. So bottom line is this. I still believe, but right now it's not just about if they lose, it's how they
If they
lose.
lose, yeah. I agree with that. No, I appreciate you. No, that's a
Yeah.
great comment. I think another classic live, y'all. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Gibson, don't look that depressed, my friend. We gonna be all right. We might mess around and win tomorrow, gentlemen. Peace, peace. Appreciate y'all. Let me shout out everybody. Top right, we got Gibson Nicholas out of the Bahamas. Bottom left, we got Mr. Smith that's coming straight out of the NO. And to the bottom right, B Shack coming straight out of that Florida. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Like I told y'all, we global. We not local around here. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Appreciate
Peace.
y'all. All
Peace,
right,
peace.
go. Appreciate y'all. Look at that. Look at that knowledge being dropped in here. What? If y'all don't get these likes up, do y'all not see this knowledge being dropped? And we spinning the block again tomorrow? What? Like I told y'all, this is your number one source for Bucks and Packers news. Hit the like button. Are you not entertained? Do you not hear the jewels being dropped on this panel? Do you not see the jewels being dropped in the chat? I told y'all we the best. We don't need DJ Khaled to say nothing. We the best. What? Let me tap you in, Brendan, before I get up out of here. Hold on. What up, Brandon? So tell me how you feel about today before I get up out of here, brother.
First of all, Packers to win.
Right.
Well, I could throw him out, but I'm not going. I'm not going to. I'm not going to get into the
Okay.
Packers on anything, but they did. They play hard.
Right.
Got nothing this Sunday against Detroit. So let's hope for that. Take one game at a time.
There we go.
But on the other side, I'm going to be disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
They lost 2 games in a row by a team.
Mm-hmm.
Who and they, I think this team has to wake up. It has to be a wake up call tomorrow.
Right. I agree. I'm with you on that.
Because I think Middleton, well, I don't know when we want Middleton to play, but with that Middleton, I think we have to get Middleton mid-November.
Yeah. Unfortunately. It is
Giannis,
what it is.
I think Giannis, I think we need to not this on the team. Sign to not this on the coaching staff. That way he can get Giannis into the game safe.
Yeah, they just need to get in sync, and we need to get some identity. But I've been saying that we don't know who we are on offense. We don't know who we are on defense. We just out there hoping. And until we implement that, you can't. We don't have any type of foundation. Your offense, your defensive identity are your foundation of how you play. We have no foundation. That's why everything is erratic and the house isn't stable.
I'm not going to say much. I'm not going to say much. I'm not. All I can say is just taking one game at a time.
There we go. Appreciate you. So make sure you tap in though too tomorrow, Brandon. This Boston game gonna be big.
Yeah, but Nation, this is a long season. They gonna figure it out. I have faith in the team. I
There
have
we
faith.
go. Appreciate you.
Back in the day.
All right, my man Brandon. All right, Brandon. See you tomorrow, bro. My man Brandon. Salute to Brandon. Let me get my man No Strays ENT. Appreciate the 499 super chat. Well, I came to kick y'all while y'all was down, but the chat already doing it to themselves. So maybe my job here is done. See y'all in Boston. Jesus. We're realistic fans. When we see, we just tell the truth. I appreciate everyone tapping in. Shout out to Pronte. I see you active in the chat. I like what you saying in the chat, bro. Salute to you. Marcus Little. I see all y'all chopping it up in there. I appreciate everyone tapping in to this combination pod today where we discuss the Packers win over Jacksonville with a last minute field goal and the Bucks getting treated in Brooklyn by the Brooklyn Nets. And the Bucks have a chance to redeem themselves tomorrow against the Boston Celtics in Boston. We'll see what happens. We'll be going live again after the game, same time, same bad channel, 8:30 p.m. CST, possibly 9, depending on how the game is going. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I don't ask for much, y'all. Can you just hit the like button on the way out if you enjoy the content? We're grinding here. You see it after every live. Bucks, Packers. We bringing you elite content and commentary. Are you not entertained? If so, hit the like button. That's it. Just hit the like button. I'm Amber. This is Amber's Logic. This was a Wisconsin Sports Trade Rumors and News edition. Comment, like, and subscribe, y'all. Gone. We gonna be all right, Bucks Nation. We gonna be all right. What up, D Gibbs? I just see you popped in the building, bro. Carrie, I see you. What up? Gone.